Hello, everybody. I am meteorologist Ashley Smith here in the First Alert Streaming Center on this Monday edition of 19 at noon. And thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, so far it's been kind of a chilly day, a cloudy day. It's going to be windy at times today, a lot like yesterday. Winds yesterday ended up being about 38, close to 40 miles per hour. We expect those wind speeds today not to be quite as high, but still going to be a breezy day for sure. I mean, it already has been in many locations. So we're going to talk all about that, how long those winds will last. And as I mentioned, we're going to go to the tropics, talk about what's happening there. And then we're also going to talk about the upcoming week. Of course, it is Blink week. Excuse me. I feel like I need to, just since I came up here, like a different room. My allergies don't like it. But anyways, Blink week is one of my favorite weeks here in Cincinnati, one of my favorite weekends, I guess. It starts Thursday, goes through Sunday. I think it's so incredible how, everything literally comes to life. I mean, it's like the lights set the murals, bring them to life, give them life. And I just love how it has kind of transformed the city, because now we have those murals in basically a permanent basis. Some of them have been changed, some of them, have been updated, whatever it may be, but it's just incredible. And I also find it so fun to walk around. Everybody's so happy, everybody's in such a good mood. And this year they said they're going to incorporate music more than they have in the past, even though I feel like in the past there's been music, but this year they said it's going to be even better. So that's something to look forward to. And then, of course, the fact that it's expanding into Newport. So coming up Thursday, in case you haven't heard, we do have a Blink special. Thursday is the parade that starts at 8 p.m. We will be live, of course, with our newscast from 10 to 11:30, but the 10:30 half hour is going to be focused on Blink. So I'll be out in Newport, which, of course, again, is the new part of this year. In 2019, they expanded into Covington. 2022, they kind of did the drone show. I think that was brand new in 2022. They were still in Covington, but even further in, they had more of a footprint into Covington, and now they're in Newport as well. So we were seeing earlier this morning, the Purple People Bridge is lit up already, kind of ahead of it. So they're getting some of those things ready. I was in Covington yesterday, and some of those streets are going to start to close down because they have to get the illuminations, the light effects kind of set up, those towers. So just wanted to talk about that just because I love it so much. Okay, let's get back to the weather. Hello, Becky. It is going to be cloudy today. We saw clear skies this morning. We saw a beautiful sunrise. It was gorgeous. But now the clouds have built in and they're here to stay. With the cloudy skies, with the breezy winds, it's going to be a pretty chilly day. Temperatures will be in the 50s and that's it. And again, those breezy winds are there all day today as well. Maybe a sprinkle or two today. I'll show you that coming up on radar. Better chance for rain tomorrow morning, and then we do have the chance for frost by the middle of the week. So right now, we are seeing some of that rain off to the north. Notice how it's really kind of dissipating as it moves closer to the south. I'm going to turn off composite radar. Look at that. It pretty much goes away. Now I have our high resolution radar, and the only spot where we see a very light shower is in southern Highland County here in Sinking Spring, moving toward northern Adams County. I just think that most of us are going to stay dry today. We will see a better chance for rain tomorrow as we're in kind of the same pattern, but, yeah, it does feel nice outside, even though it is chilly. The drought monitor shows that we have kind of eliminated the drought conditions to the southeast. However, with dry weather that we've had lately and the dry weather that we anticipate, likely the drought monitor will look a lot different when it gets released on Thursday. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on that. But either way, it does look like we're not going to get a lot of rain in the extended forecast, and so those drought situation will continue. I want to make sure that this is up to date because just this morning, the National Hurricane Center actually updated the chance for this system. Yeah, okay, it's still the same. To become a tropical storm later this week. It says the later part of this week, a tropical depression could form. So that's where they're at with this system that you can see. So basically what they're saying is, and it's still very far into the eastern Atlantic, but it is expected to move almost straight west. So toward portions of Puerto Rico, moving toward Cuba as well, eventually. Perhaps into southern Florida. It's a little too soon to tell for sure, but definitely looking like Puerto Rico could have a direct impact from this. Again, not a tropical system yet. It's just kind of a disturbance that's spinning in the ocean, but it does have the potential to become a named storm system sometime this week. So National Hurricane Center keeping an eye on it, and we will too, of course. Gusty winds. We've already had gusts actually this morning, 30 miles per hour. Now about 20 to 20, maybe 15 to 25 miles per hour right now. But those winds will continue to pick up into the afternoon. We could have gusts as high as 30 miles per hour again, just kind of making it feel very chilly outside. So here's the future wind gusts. Tomorrow it's still breezy, 20 to 25 mile per hour wind gusts. Wednesday it's similar, but you notice that during the overnight hours, those winds do start to die down. So when we have those calmer winds and the clear skies at night, that will allow the temperature to drop. That's going to happen by the middle of the week, and that's when we could see some of that frost forming. I think especially Thursday morning, we have the best chance to see some of that frost, especially because the winds do turn calm throughout the day on Thursday. At CVG right now, it's 52 degrees, winds out of the northwest around 11 miles per hour, very dry air with the dew points in the 30s. And, with those winds out of the northwest pulling in that cooler and drier air, it's going to feel pretty chilly, especially because you don't get any help from the sunshine. So it's just going to remain a cool day, definitely a fall-like day. Temperatures right now about 20, even 22, 23 degrees cooler than they were at this time yesterday. Remember yesterday we were close to 80 degrees in the afternoon. Today will be close to 60. So a big 20-degree temperature drop when you compare the 2 days. So definitely feeling like fall, but we went from 10 degrees warmer than normal yesterday to now 10 degrees cooler than normal today. Temperatures will remain in the 50s throughout the rest of the day, making it into the upper 50s, close to 60 this afternoon. I think most of us, though, don't even make it up to 60. We stay stuck in the 50s. So it is the supermoon. It is the hunter moon. The hunter moon is just the name given to the October full moon. But the supermoon, and it is the largest full moon of the year. Basically, of course, the moon is always the same size, but it appears closer, or it appears larger because it's closer to us when there's a supermoon, and that's what's happening this week. So, excuse me. Dean Regas is hosting an event in Alt Park Wednesday. The moon will be full on Thursday as well as Blink kicks off. But if you are going to that event on Thursday or on Wednesday evening to check it out, it's between 6 and 8 p.m. at Alt Park. Should be ideal weather, clear skies. You'll be able to see that moon rising, photograph it. Maybe some folks will have some telescopes. It's just going to be a great event if you want to check that out. And then the Blink forecast looks great as well. With Blink, you want to take your time. You want to maybe take several days to check it out. And it looks like you're going to get those opportunities as far as the weather is concerned this week because it is going to be so comfortable outside. It is going to feel like fall. You will want those extra layers. I remember in 2019, I think it rained one day, but not enough to be a big deal. I think people still really enjoyed themselves. And then 2021 or 2022, the last time it happened, I remember it being pretty nice. So yeah, again, going to be great weather all weekend long. So Thursday, it kicks off at 8 p.m. with that parade, and then it continues into the weekend. I believe it wraps up most days at 11. And then if you haven't heard, some locations for the first time ever are going to have official Blink after parties. One of those is going to be at Newport on the Levee. I believe at Mayorcore Pavilion. And then there's a couple of other locations. The app will give you all that information. We have a link at fox19.com as well. Let's talk about our rain chances. So today it's just a sprinkle or two this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, better chance for light showers, nothing significant, but still going to see that chance for a little bit of light rain tomorrow morning into the first part of the afternoon. And then by the time we get into the middle of the week, it is dry, it is cool. I mean, downright chilly, really, with these temperatures falling down into the 30s. And that's when we could see some of that frost form as well. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on, Jeff. I'll talk more about Blink. Okay. because I love talking about Blink. Okay, 7-day forecast, highs only in the 50s for the next several days, and then we'll be back to the 60s and 70s by the end of the week. The frost would be possible through the middle of the week, so you're looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, really. We could see frost. I think Thursday morning gives us that best chance just because of the winds. I don't think this is necessarily a killing frost, but some tender vegetation could definitely be impacted, so probably just a good idea to put a blanket on some of those plants if you can bring them in. If they're potted, you can bring them into the garage. Not a bad idea, as those temperatures will drop into the 30s. Okay, talking about Blink. Basically, it's art and light, and all of these murals that are in basically from OTR all the way to northern Kentucky, they get lit up, or even just on the facade, like on the side of a building, it will get lit up. Like that's what they did at the Freedom Center. And the lights just kind of dance, and then they're sometimes set to music, and so it just kind of combines all of these arts, and it's just amazing. There's also a drone show down on the Covington side where that Riverfront Plaza is, and you can see it from the banks as well. I think Smale is really cool. Smale has a bunch of stuff set up for the whole family to enjoy, not just lights, but and everybody's kind of wearing lights. I don't know, it's just amazing. If you go to their app or to their website, they'll explain it a little bit better, but it's basically a lights and arts festival, and it's free. You know, you get to walk around and enjoy these things for free. Yes, of course, there's going to be opportunities to spend money to buy things here or there, like food and drinks and Blink apparel and, you know, things like that. But I mean, for the most part, you can just go down, walk around, and check it out. Now, keep in mind, traffic will be kind of a mess. So they say don't blink and drive because you want to walk through this. It's more of an immersive kind of experience. You don't want to be driving through. I mean, traffic will be a mess. But Washington Park is really cool. Music Hall is lit up. Music Hall, and then they had like this tunnel thing that you could climb through. I think that actually did cost money at Washington Park. So there's all of these other things in addition to just looking at the art and the lights, which is in and of itself already really cool. Every time I've gone, I've just been blown away. So I encourage everybody to check it out. And again, we'll have much more coming up on the news. Even if you're not going to go, it's still probably going to impact you as far as the traffic, some road closures, and they say 2 million people, I think, or maybe it's 1.2. No, I think it's 2 million people will be here for Blink. So it's a big economic boost too, because all those people have to stay somewhere, spend money, all that kind of stuff. So, okay. Another thing that I want to note, and let me actually pull up the radar first, make sure that this system is still behaving the way. Yeah, I mean, it's basically from, I'm trying to think like the extreme part of it where it starts, but OTR, like basically like Vine Street. I'm trying to think of like an actual place, but anyways, from there, then you go through again. Washington Park is a really cool place to be. There's so many things happening in Washington Park. You could spend tons of time there alone. And then travel down to, of course, downtown. The banks, amazing, especially down there at Smale, and then cross either the Roebling Bridge or now the Purple People Bridge. You can cross that, or I guess Taylor Southgate Bridge, and go into Newport as well because it's going to be lit up. So I encourage you to take a couple of days because it is so big now that way you can really enjoy it. If not, I mean, you're just going to be in for one very long day if you're going to do it all in one day. And they plan for this for 2 years, and it only takes them 2 weeks to physically set everything up, which is pretty crazy. But the murals have been, they've been working on those for months, if not years at this point. And it's very selective which murals they pick. Okay. Oh, another note, programming note. So we have we have baseball on, as I should know which game it is, but so all of our afternoon newscasts from 3 to 7 o'clock will be streamed, so you will not see them on Channel 19. I believe they will be on 19.3, so if you get that substation, you can check them out there. It's the NLCS game. So Mets and Dodgers. right? So, yes, that will be on our air. So you could watch baseball, or if you want to watch the news, we'll have that streaming from 3 to 7 because the game starts at 3:30, but there's pregame at 3. So yes, just want to make sure everybody knows about that. Our 10 and 11 o'clock newscasts will be normal. They'll be on air and streaming as usual. But Steve Horsemeyer will be on this evening. Catherine and Frank are off today, so you get me in the morning, you get Steve in the evening, and then tomorrow, Catherine is back, Frank is off, so I'll be back here on 19 at noon tomorrow, and of course on several of the newscasts as well. But just want to make sure that you know that the afternoon newscast will be streamed, or you can watch baseball on our regular channel. Okay, somebody asked about timing of rain tomorrow. Let's talk about that again. I know people are kind of like joining in progress. Let's look at the HER, because actually I didn't look at the HER earlier, so this will be new for everyone, including myself. I actually don't think I looked at this today. Excuse me. So scattered light showers possible today. I mean, sprinkles at best. Basically anytime until, well, really, let's say this. Best chance for rain is going to be overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. I would say anytime after 2 to 3 a.m. Before that, it's just going to be sprinkles. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to look like it could rain at any time. Tomorrow morning, the best chance for rain, again, starting really at about 2 a.m., continuing until 4 or 5 a.m., could even be enough to wet the pavement. And then it continues into the afternoon. So basically tomorrow from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. is probably your best chance to see rain. And at times it could be, again, heavy enough for not only wetting the pavement, but maybe even some puddles in some spots. And you know what that means? Traffic could be impacted as well. So I would just, when we do see the rain tomorrow, maybe add a little bit of extra travel time because it could be enough to slow down traffic. Again, it is needed. We have only had 1 day of rain so far this month, and it was October 1st. So we haven't had rain in almost 2 weeks at this point. So yeah, light sprinkles possible today. Best chance for rain tomorrow, 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. Doesn't rain that entire time, but off and on showers will be possible during that time. And then once we get to tomorrow evening, we dry out and we stay dry all the way through the weekend. I know if you were following the forecast, we did have a chance for rain in Sunday initially. Does not look like we're going to get any kind of rain on Sunday anymore. So dry weather will return and will be here to stay. So, all right. Yes, Frank is hilarious. As you know, I kind of like to tease Frank, but he is, he's high energy, that's for sure. Great for morning TV. And yes, he is fun to work with and he is funny. Although don't tell him I said that. Okay, so that's all that I have for you. Again, Steve will be on this evening. He will have your forecast and of course your streaming show at 7:15 as well. So I'm going to go take a nap because I don't often work the early morning shift and yeah, I'm not used to it. So I'm going to go take a nap. It's good napping weather because it's like crummy outside. Everybody stay warm and I will see you tomorrow.